Welcome to the For Your Soul podcast,
a space where we dive into topics of healing, growth, and exploration.
We are just two Caribbean girlies with a lot to say.
From personal growth to daring conversations, grab a drink and let's talk about it.
Speak up, sis. Jess taught me what mal de ojo means.
Yes.
And I got some little thing going on. And she was like, oh, is he going to take you out on a date? And I'm like, Jessica, mal de ojo, don't jinx it.
Wait, not Jay though, right?
Not the Jays. Not the Jays. Not the Jays.
Estoy confundida. Because I don't know what you're talking about.
I met this little white boy at the club, and he be giving me that energy. He be giving me that energy.
No, white boy, girl. Like a 4-1 or not a 4-1?
Not a foreign one, but he looks foreign and his hair is curly. Okay, we'll take curly. Curly foreign, kind of the same. I'm like, but girl, get a load of this. He's 22. Ooh.
Crystal, what are you doing?
I don't know. I'm having a moment. Just
It
for funsies, it's just for funsies. He just tickled my pickle.
That's the fucking delusion.
I was lagging in my...
Huh?
Gotcha. Oh, go ahead. Give it to me.
Okay. Welcome to another episode of the For Your Soul podcast.
Wiggity, wiggity, wiggity. Healing. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome. Today we have a very, very special guest.
I'm very excited to meet Mr. G. Sounds like Mr. J. Like I'm Harley Quinn. Mr. J.
Yeah, and any man whose name starts with a J? No. Run the other way, sis.
We out of here. We gone.
Yes, but I am excited about today's episode. He is my hometown friend. Today's all about the girls and the gays, okay?
Period.
Today is all about the alphabet mafia.
Yes.
School or what?
Girl, I know nothing.
How's it going?
It's going.
I love seeing your feeds. I haven't seen you in so long.
No, it's been a long time.
Oh my! I literally have not seen you since March of last year, 2022.
Yes,
oh my
and I'm sure I was at a party.
It was at a party. We were freaking drunk as hell.
Yeah, sounds like
I like to hear.
You know?
Sounds like you.
That's my favorite environment to meet anybody. Just one second.
So how are you? How's it been going?
Things are pretty good. Just vibing, had a day off. How jobs be like, you use it or lose it for vacation time. So I used it.
Yeah, as you should.
As I should.
As you should. Yes. What are you doing now?
I'm at Wayside Youth and Family Services, so I'm a youth support worker. I help youth and their families. The youth is usually mentally ill, and we're just trying to find coping skills and ways to keep them safe in the home.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Moving on up.
Amazing. Who are you?
Whole new person. Same vibe, but whole new person.
Same vibe, but whole new person. I love that. Congratulations. That's freaking awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. How's your, the plant stuff going?
The plant business, that is honestly on hold right now because we're engaged. So I didn't know how much wedding planning actually takes. And that takes a lot of your time other than working already a full-time job. And then I'm in a wedding, so then I'm helping with that. So just super busy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
so it's on hold right now.
Yeah. Wait, so when's the wedding for you?
Next year, 2024. I know, right around the corner.
Oh my God.
These months, as we're older, we get into our routine of life, and it just flies on by.
I hear that.
That is so crazy. It's crazy how much we freaking have grown.
Yes.
I look back at photos and like videos of stuff, or like videos of my 21st birthday, and I'm like, who are those people?
Right. Those are completely different people. Other than looking
So
different now,
different. I
we're
know.
just grow as different people, and it's nice to still connect with those people that are from our past and to see their growth, who they are now.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Um, but the wedding that you're in is Sarah's wedding, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's exciting too. That's
Yes, I'm the
crazy.
man of honor, so I didn't realize how busy and hard that is too.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh
But it's
my God.
going. Can't complain.
Yeah, I honestly love how beautiful your friendship is with Sarah, because like I know we have like our little
Mhm.
rocky past or whatever,
Yeah.
but like I don't know, just like being outside of like that relationship and like seeing the world so clearly now, I'm like, what was being drilled into my head that like you guys were these horrible people and you literally weren't, like, at all.
Honestly, I think it was just like sometimes when we are around others, I feel like we get manipulated in ways that we don't even realize because we feel like
Yeah.
who we're talking to always it's someone genuine, they're coming from a great place, a healthy place, and then it's just not that. And I think, even though that stuff happened, I like separated it from because I never thought negative of you. I
Yeah.
always you're your own person, and whatever happens with you and someone else, that's you and someone else's business. And you and I have always been vibing, always laughing.
Yeah.
We're always cool, so that doesn't change for me.
Yeah, I've always appreciated that. And I think last year when I saw all of you guys, that was like the first time I had seen you guys in so long. Like I can't even remember when
Hmm.
before that was the last time I saw you. But like I was so nervous and I'm like, these people are gonna hate me. I don't even know why I'm invited here. Like it was
Wow.
crazy.
Well, that's the thing. Don't even you can't think negative going into a situation. Or also, we're so grown now that we don't even care how others think of us. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. Yeah,
Oh well.
exactly. But yeah, I will always appreciate you and your kindness and yeah, our friendship, because yeah, no matter like what happens, I feel like that was like the only bad thing, but like we always like come back to each other, all of us. So
Of
I love
course.
that. Yeah. Yeah. So Crystal, this is G.
Crystal.
Hey,
It's nice
Crystal.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So let's do the poll first, because okay, so we're gonna play a game. This is gonna be like facts with Crystal, because Crystal loves like fun facts and like
I
silly
love
little things like that. So we're gonna
that.
play a trivia game,
Okay.
but we're gonna do a poll first from yesterday. So I think the question was, have you ever been to like a drag show or Pride? I know you have been to Pride, both of you, right?
Yes.
I have never been to Pride, even
No,
now.
I've never been to
Still.
Pride, but I've been to one single drag show event at college. Like that's it.
Yeah. I love drag shows. That's like my thing. I love going. But I've never
Yeah.
been to Pride.
I've been to both. I've been to when I first transitioned my first year. That's my first year going to Pride, which was awesome. Then I went again, and then I did go to a drag show recently this summer, and it was awesome.
Was
It was
it?
so fun. It was Disney villain themed, so it was so cool.
No, Crystal, you would eat that up.
I would
Yeah,
eat that the fuck up. Are you kidding me?
yeah.
Ursula probably had humongous tits. I would have ate that shit up. Are you kidding? Oh my god.
You like those plastic ones?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like the plates. I love those things. They're just like, ugh,
I love that for you.
I love that. Like, yeah, sling them around.
You out here in
they're
the crowd
way
like this, Crystal? Yeah.
they're way more fun when they're fake. I assure you that. I would much rather have fake tits than real ones. But I remember I was at a Halloween party and somebody had them, and I was like bongos on those bitches. I fucking oh my god. I
Ooh,
was like,
Why can't I imagine that?
I was like tits.
Okay, so someone said no to either I wish drag brunch question mark question mark question mark.
I want to
So
go to so
let's do that when I'm in town. By the way, I'm gonna be in town at the end of this month, September.
okay.
So if you're not busy, let's do brunch, anything you guys want.
Love that.
Then I said not Pride, but a drag show was the
yeah.
best thing. Literally, it's literally the best thing that has ever been created. And then drag show, and that's it. So people have like the followers that we have like not really have been to Pride and stuff, which is kind of disappointing. I'm disappointed in myself for not having gone yet.
What city did you go to Pride in?
Me?
Yeah.
2019 was my first one.
What city did you go to though?
Then.
Oh, you did Boston Pride?
Boston.
Mhm.
I thought about going this year and then something came up, and obviously like New York City Pride is like insane, but I heard Boston's really good too, so
Yeah.
I would love to do either.
Yeah. I was supposed to go this year as well here in Houston, but I was in PR instead.
I mean,
Right.
I'm not mad.
I love PR. Stop. I would want to be like there right now if I could.
Your pictures look like you were living it up. So I was just sitting on the couch and just watching. I was like, look at her. It's like we both on vacation together.
Yep.
She's getting the nice weather. I'm here in front of
Yep.
the AC, sweating balls, you know?
It'd be like that.
Hey, dude,
Puerto Rico is such a vibe. Such a vibe.
I'm
I
hating.
would consider a honeymoon there. Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm dead. Not you like your whole personality of being Puerto Rico.
Yeah. She's advertising right now.
Yeah.
Yes. I
Yeah.
will literally make like an entire itinerary for you guys.
Yeah. And the answer to all the questions is Puerto Rico.
Yes. Yep. I'm like, you're sad, bitch? Go to PR. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Go to PR.
There's happiness over there.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Always happiness. All right, let's play your trivia game. I'm not excited for this because I'm stupid as hell,
I
but
love trivia, and so I did make this queer what do you call it, revolved, because I don't know, I like learning new shit. So, and so these are what I thought were interesting too. There's only like 5 or 6, whatever. So, the United States' first ever Pride Parade took place in what year? It's not that hard. It's not that hard. If you want a hint, let me know.
I'm going to say 1962.
That was very specific.
I know.
Great guess.
That's
He's
the first number
like,
that came to mind.
Okay. I'm going to go with 1972.
ooh, you were closer, G. It's actually 1970, and my hint would have been, think of a decade that could be associated with rainbows. This, like, hippies, tie-dye.
Okay. That
And I
makes
was like,
sense.
okay, that kind of, like, makes sense, because people were, like, on drugs, making out with their besties. Like, we had
Still
to...
doing that.
We still... Somebody is.
Like... Like, we're still now, but that's okay.
Yeah, right? Oh my god. Okay. What TV show has the longest running queer character in history? Hint, it's a doctor show.
Grey's Anatomy. Period. Grey's Anatomy.
Can we name the character?
Yeah, Arizona. Yup.
That's one series I have not hopped on, so good for you.
Wow. Oh, I love Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, Callie Torres is where it's at, baby. Oh, okay, I like this one because, like, I mean, I think if you watch TV, especially because, like, we're that generation that did, in fact, used to watch TV, which very famous CNN reporter came out in 2012? Don't get hooked on the year. It's just part of the question. Think of New Year's Eve and the hosts getting drunk.
Oh my god, the guy with the white hair.
If you can describe them, then I'll give it to you.
Yes, the guy with the white hair, isn't it? Oh my god, Anderson?
Yes.
Yes!
You were on it.
She's so competitive. Like, bruh. Yeah, he's the one. Yeah, he's got the white hair, and he used to always get in trouble for getting super drunk on New Year's Eve. Like, you know, when they're on, like, the streets of New York City, I always, like, bruh. And of course he was gay, getting drunk. He didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck.
How could you, though? How could you?
Right, in New York? Like, that's crazy. That would be literally me, so I can't even say anything about that.
Nah, you on the blackout or backout wave.
Enough, okay? Enough.
We love that. I'm trademark. Take that so nobody else can. I will.
I respect it.
Okay, last one, because if y'all hear a cat fight, please disregard. Last one, because we are all brown. Ooh, these cats. Who was the first openly gay actor to win an Emmy? What am I fucking?
An Emmy?
No, an Emmy. Anemone. They're black and iconic. Okay, they still walk the Met. They're on the red carpet.
Huh?
Who?
RuPaul?
No, but close. You're on the right track.
Mm.
There's only a couple. I mean,
Is it the one that wrote a book and he has glasses? Like very
there's the
iconic?
glasses. I don't know if he's wrote a book. Super
Damn.
iconic, y'all. Black, and he's masculine. He dresses like more androgynous, but
Wait, is it the guy from that TV show that is on like
P
Stars or something?
P-Valley, no. But
Yes,
I love
P-Valley.
him. I fucking love that show. Y'all is going down in history. Now, you want the answer?
Wait.
Yeah, I need the answer.
Yes, please.
It's Billy Porter, y'all. Y'all don't know who Billy Porter is?
He has
Wait,
glasses.
that's
Oh,
exactly what I was.
No, you were on something, G. You were on with the glasses. Huh?
Yeah, he wrote a book. A very I have the book.
Really? I didn't know he wrote a book. So G got it
Yes.
right. Congrats, Billy
Really
Porter. We
good.
love him. We love him.
How to get one here out of 45.
Yup.
Holding it
All right,
together.
last one. This one I did not know, and it's. I mean, you can guess specifically, Xandra, since you want to be on 1962 on our asses. Do either of y'all know when is National Coming Out Day?
Bitch, you got me. November 1st.
Oh,
What was
what
that?
do we think? What do we think? What do we think?
Um,
It has not come yet.
has not come yet. Well, she said November. November's feeling kind of right though, because December seeming a little too far fetched. But
Like
I'm gonna
nothing.
go with September 22nd.
Ooh, you guys are both wrong. Did I get you? It's October 11th, which just happens to be Sarah's
Dang.
birthday. But coming out day is a Libra. Who would have thought? You know.
Mm.
Who
But I
would
was
have
like,
thought?
oh, I never. Who would have thought? Who would have? I never knew there was like a national coming out day though. Like I didn't know that, so I was like intrigued. I was intrigued.
There is a holiday for everything.
There truly is.
Mm-hmm.
There is.
Mm-hmm.
There is. There is.
Yep. Speaking of holidays, this weekend is a long weekend, and I cannot wait to do absolutely nothing.
I literally work.
Ew.
Ugh.
Ew.
Giving school.
It is.
You work
It
the
is.
Monday too?
That's when I work. Yeah, I work Saturday and Monday.
Saturday.
Saturday and Monday. Who
Yep.
did that?
That's
I'm a slave who gets time and a half and second shift differential, and they think it's.
It sounds like drinks are on her when you come visit.
Oh,
That sounds like
That's what I
y'all better work for it.
Well, you know.
Thanks the match if you want some cash. Am I right?
Hey, gotta do what we gotta do out here.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
my god. I freaking hate you. Everything. We want to know everything because we're nosy as hell.
It feels like, you know what, out of all of them, I feel like that was a question that was always the hardest. Because I feel like younger us, it's like we kind of feel like we have a sense of who we are because like we're either doing a sport or we're like really into a club or we're like really invested into like our job. But I feel like now that I'm like getting older and like even this feels like a job interview question, it's kind of like, who are you as a person, you know?
Hired.
Yeah, I'm hired. That's my name and that's what I am.
So you're more confident.
I'm Gerard. You know, I raised in Lowell, kind of always kind of stayed in the area, always just wanted to help people figure out what I wanted to do with my life. I also just really wanted to find my journey and my path. And I feel like, you know, at this point in my life, I finally got to a point of like someone that I'm like inspired by myself and, you know, who wants to support others and just be there. Just kind of be my best self. And I feel like I finally hit that spot in my life. So I guess that's what I am.
I'm so freaking proud of you. You don't even know. Like, you don't even know how freaking proud of you I am.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah. I was like thinking about like us in like high school and like post high school, and we literally used to go out like dogs every freaking weekend. But
right. The streets were a calling.
The streets, first of all, that's where you belonged, in the streets. You can't even,
I won't even deny it. I won't deny that.
Don't even play because, oh my god,
You're right. You're right. That's true.
But I would like back then I had no idea like that you were like struggling at all. Like I had no fucking clue at all.
I
And
feel
like
like
I don't know,
nobody
like it
really
was
does. I feel
yeah.
like nobody really did because I have like this big ass smile like you.
Mhm.
And, I feel like people kind of look at myself as kind of like you got it together. You're kind of, you know what you're doing, you know who you are. When I was extremely lost
Yeah.
and extremely sad. And I feel like it was hard to talk about that stuff as well as like you didn't know where you'd be with that. Like,
Mhm.
you can be friends with so many people and it's like, what if they don't accept you? What if your family doesn't accept you? Then it's like,
Yeah.
how do you love yourself? How do you even like yourself? And I feel like that was a long journey I had to take. And even though you have supportive friends and family and so forth, it's like internally that's the battle is really
Yeah.
like self-love. And I know it sounds like it's something everyone says, but it's like really figuring out why you love yourself, who you want to be. I feel like a lot of people were surrounded by my potential and I just never was ready to get there. And until I transitioned, I finally was like, damn, I don't want to be my potential anymore. I want to be who I can be.
Yeah. Wait, that makes a lot of sense because when you said the word potential,
Mm-hmm.
it like brought me back to when we were like that age. And it was like I always looked at that like the potential of
Correct.
both of us, all of our friends, like that is such a powerful word. Yeah, I definitely agree. But I
Yeah.
was like thinking about how I don't know if you're like open to talking about this, and I can't even remember to be honest. But I was like, okay, what's the dead name? I don't even know. I don't even remember in my head what it was.
I mean,
I
I usually don't. I
okay,
usually don't tell people that, but
no, please
like,
don't
yeah,
because I don't even want to remember. I really don't. But I was like thinking about it, I'm like, what the hell? Like it's so
but
crazy that I can't even remember it.
I think it's also because a lot of people already call me G, and a lot of people call me
Yeah.
Cola as well. So it's
Yeah.
like those two nicknames already were hand in hand. No one really ever called me by my government, so
Yeah.
that's why people are like, "Damn, I really don't remember." Actually,
Yeah. I
Good.
don't remember. I don't at
Right.
all.
Like good.
Yeah. But
think
how yeah, so obviously you just said that was like an easy transition. So how was it with your family? Because I feel like it would have been harder with them to like have
uh,
that change.
my family. I'm not sure if you remember, but it's like my
Mhm.
sister, mom, and
Mhm.
dad. Like, we're the four Colas that live in this area, and we're very close. We really just have each other, and that's how our family has always been. So when I kind of got to the point in my life, because I was talking to somebody, like one of my friends that was at UMass Lowell, and they were talking to me about like, talking about transitioning. And I really had no idea what this was. And then eventually we started talking about like pronouns and stuff like this, because I never really liked the she, her. That just never vibed with me. Or when people would say tomboy, I think I would lose mind when people would say stuff like that. And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't connect with this. So the day I did tell my family, I was in the living room and I could already tell my dad was upset with something else, but I didn't know what it was. And when I asked, like, hey, fam, I'm thinking about trying to go by these pronouns, it was like a big explosion and then like a lot of back and forth. And I really didn't understand why it had to be that deep. And I was like, my parents are very accepting, so I was like, now why is a script being flipped? I was very
Mhm.
confused, and then like I know, then my dad ended up saying like, with stuff with the landlord and financial stuff, whatever it may be, and like sometimes that's happened in the past is like problems within other things would get put onto me if I ended up being in the crossfire of that, and
Mhm.
I think we were just going. It was a lot of yelling, a lot of back and forth, and honestly, if I could compare the feeling, because like I said, my family's really close, it kind of feels like, have you ever had like a breakup that felt like, this is the person I thought I was gonna see like my life with, like that
Mhm.
hard breakup that's like
Mhm.
devastating. It felt like that, and it was just like, damn,
Yeah.
and growing up, my mom always said like if people aren't happy for you or people aren't accepting the best parts of you, then you kind of have to let them go. So in that moment, I'm thinking like, is this something I have to do?
Yeah.
Like, do I have to let go of my family because they're not supporting my wishes? Or it also felt very disrespectful to me.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah.
like my feelings. I already feel like I'm crawling out of my skin and I'm trying to be open and vulnerable, which is already hard. So it's like, and then getting that backlash, I was like, ooh, I was like, that rubbed me really wrong. But
Yeah. So
to
what do you
this,
think was like the switch in that? Because you were openly gay, I would say, right? When we
yeah,
were, yeah. So like
yeah.
what was like the switch between like, okay, we're accepting the fact that like he's gay and now he wants to transition, like
To be honest, it had nothing to do with me. It was because of being upset of the stuff with, the landlord and whatever, but it just happened to be like I got caught in the crossfire at like the worst possible time.
okay, yeah.
And that's what happened because like my family's
Yeah.
always been accepting of like, liking whomever. It's just, it's whatever. But at
Hmm.
the time, it was like the girlfriend I had at the time we were dating, and she's the only thing that really felt like my family. Obviously, you have your friends, but like how many times do you see your friends when you get older? You know what I mean? It's a
Right.
little harder. So she became my family at that point, and then eventually we were able to talk it out and figure it out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
question. So, how old are you now?
I'm 29.
Okay, so we're like the same age. Okay. When did
Hmm.
you start transitioning? Like when is all of this taking place? Like you guys being friends? Like when did you start? When did you tell what age did you tell your family that you wanted to change your pronouns?
I would say 2019.
Oh, so like fairly recently, like before the fucking Big Bang, so to speak.
Yeah. Uh, are you only 1 year younger than me, Lisandra? You're like two,
She's
three,
two.
when
two,
did you graduate?
2012.
Yeah, 2 years.
That
Well,
sounds
birthday
like a long time ago.
weirdo. Who goes by your graduation date, you psychopath?
Honestly, I
Because
do that too. No, that's real. It's so I can gauge the
shut
the
up,
time
you
and date.
fucking ratchet
Well, like
asshole
if I
girl.
were
You're
to
so
say that though,
old.
because I'm old for my graduation year, I'm like I got held back a year because of my graduation, so that's why I'm like that's invalid. But you know what I mean? Because like I'm older than I should have graduated in 2013. You know.
Figure.
Um. So you
Okay.
would say you start. So when you guys were friends, would you like have considered yourself like a stud? Like was that where you kind of laid the, or what would you have called it? Or you didn't know. You were just like, I'm fucking not girly. I'm not feminine. Or what like, where would you call it? Where would you lay it?
I didn't even give myself a title. People gave titles to me. People be
Yeah.
like, "You're
Okay.
a stud," or you're a stud," and I'm just like, I'm just here for the ride, I guess. But either way, it just didn't feel comfortable to me. But
Mm-hmm.
like, dressing masculine, people would like mistake me as a man, and I'd be like, I kind of like that.
Kind of like that.
That
Okay.
So you
works.
started
Yeah.
with like your pronouns. That's kind of how you like basically came out was like, hey, I want to change my pronouns basically.
Yes, and I kind of wanted to, I think I was taking a lot of baby steps because I wasn't really sure about all this stuff yet. And
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like so out there the way it is now, even though that's only a couple years difference.
Yeah.
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 I
No,
feel
I
like
only
that.
asked about your age because that gave you a lot of like authority over the choices that you made versus you being like 16 or 17. So that's why I was curious.
But you know what? I think of that from time to time, and like the way the world is now, it's like very hit or miss. It's kind of like, damn, I really do wish that in my teenage years I was able to transition. But it's like also the world is still so scary. So being a teenager and a trans teenager for that matter, it's like the world is so dangerous. And now I'm just like a transitioned black man. So it's like,
Mhm.
damn, the world's kind of not
You're
really in
like
my
you're like
favor.
fuck, it is
Yeah.
fucked up over
It's like,
here.
damn, I can't win.
So how has that been for you? Like not only being a trans man, but also being a black trans man.
I feel like when I first started transitioning, I had about like two friends that were transitioned, and one of them was kind of just saying about like being careful and stuff, being out and about. And I worked security at Lowell General, and you see a lot of walks of life, and you have to have some thick skin there because people come for everything. They talk
Yeah.
about they say derogatory statements all the time, and I feel like between that and getting threatened by them as well, because as you know, patients really aren't in the best state of mind when you're at the hospital. I just kind of was like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna live life the way I want to now. I already am in the process of transitioning into someone I want to be. I was already scared my whole life feeling this way and not being able to live the life I wanted to.
Yeah.
And now I am, and it's like we really only have this one life, and I'm gonna live it with no fear. You can't
Yeah.
live in fear.
You have,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like a little shocking though that people like would say things to you like, because I'm sure you don't like. Well, I guess I should probably ask, do you say like I'm a trans man, or do you just say I'm a man? Like if somebody like, are you like, so like, are you legally like a man? Like, so on like an application, for example, can you put male?
So I don't think so. It really depends on, like, if it's a job application, then if it says gender, I'll put male. But like if it
Okay.
has to do anything like government wise, like if I have to get a passport, because I still have to do all that paperwork to get my
Yeah.
name changed and all that other great stuff. But like if it comes to anything else like government wise, legal wise, then I have to put female, which is
Oh,
unfortunate.
that's
Yeah.
yeah, I was just shocked that people would say things to you, and I don't know if I don't think it's rude, but if it's rude, please let me know. But I feel
Okay.
like you're passing. Like if Lysandra never told me that, like when she sent the picture, I was like, the fuck, like where, like where? I'm like female to male where? But
Yeah.
I just feel like if I saw you in public, I don't know, like are you like fucking, are you like tiny? Are you like 5 foot? Like
I mean, I'm not a 6'2" guy, but yeah, I am a short king, as they
But
would
he's
say.
taller than me though.
no,
Yeah,
like
I'm like 5'6", 5'5".
Yeah,
people
yeah.
like to, you know what though? It takes one to fucking know one. So those homophobes that be fucking catching you out, it's because
Yeah.
they doing stuff at home.
Well,
I'm cooking.
it's more so like actually like because I started testosterone before I had top surgery. So that's what made it hard. And I don't know if she told you, but I was part of the double D committee, and trying to hide them things is hard.
Binders are probably
Yeah.
barely.
But the binders be binding. But when you part of this big committee, as that it seems like the three of us are,
Yeah.
or I was, that it's still gonna overflow a little bit, peek out the side, and it's gonna be
Yeah. Oh my
noticeable. And
gosh.
like even when I'd wear like my jacket and stuff, it would still be hard.
Mm.
Damn.
Damn, damn, damn.
I hate being a part of that little team. I hate it
Mm.
so much.
Were your boobs
I,
bigger than Lysandra's, or does she have the biggest than
oh
you
no,
then?
she got me beat. She got me
Okay.
beat.
Okay.
Got to just throw it over your shoulder kind. But
Oh my god.
She's like, somebody talk shit to me? Bang. You saw that TikTok?
yeah.
She's like slinging shit out of.
Yep, yep, taking them out.
They gotta clean off the counter.
Emo sent me a video
Self
of this
defense.
girl who was explaining
Yeah.
how like if you have to burp or something and you have big titties, just like hold one up and shake it and then you'll burp.
Like a fucking spigot, like a pump.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's some Scooby Doo shit, if you ask me. But
I'm
That's a party trick. Yeah, that's an icebreaker.
a party.
an icebreaker. I think you mean a table breaker.
Wait, I'm
Mm-hmm.
definitely trying that though.
That is funny. Let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Missed
They gotta be.
opportunity.
They gotta be cooking something. Okay.
I will fucking let you know. So, did you meet your now fiance while you were transitioning, or did you know her before?
So the way we actually met was on Tinder, and right, no,
A true
Oh
Tinder
my
and
love
god!
story.
and I was in the process of transitioning. Already started testosterone, but I was like in that ugly phase of growing out a beard. So like maybe it must be a winning personality or something. I really don't know. She said it had to be my smile or something, but like the growing out process of a beard is not cute.
Mm.
Yeah.
From
But
like
yeah,
not having the follicles to having them.
oh, well, couldn't be me, blessed. But yeah, she
You have
didn't
a
meet
better
me
beard than
until
half of
after.
these cis men.
I heard that. I heard that.
For
Patchy.
real.
Yep.
Maybe they need some fucking testosterone.
Wait, let
Fucking
me see your sides. Period.
yeah, it's full.
Period.
I'll tell my barber.
Yep.
But yeah, so I met her after I started transitioning, but I still didn't have top surgery yet. So that was also a really hard thing for me too, is to even think about dating. Because I was like, this is like I'm growing a beard, I have double D's. I said I'm really insecure. I said it was just really hard because I was like, who's gonna want to date me? I guess it was kind of how I felt. And I was like, damn, maybe I won't be able to date someone, or someone won't like me until like maybe at least after top surgery, so it doesn't look as like, how it's looking. But she really just didn't care about any of that stuff.
That's good. So did she like consider herself straight?
No, she's pansexual as well.
Okay. Honestly, that title comes a long way because like this shit
Mm-hmm.
is confusing as hell. So fucking confusing. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro. One day I'm like, I'm straight. Fuck off. And the next I'm like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
It also depends on how much liquor she's had, but it
Is
never hurt
it
nobody.
running drunk?
But
So
that's the thing about life. Like, as we get older, I realize that it's not even like all about like the sexual attraction. It's really, I'm so about the vibe.
Oh, for sure.
That vibe is just different, and to me, it just doesn't matter who it comes from as long as the vibe is hitting.
yeah.
And if we tried to explain the vibe to a boomer, they'd be like, "What's a vibe?" They'd be like so fucking confused. But like, I'm here with you. Like, I get it. Like a
The thing
vibe.
is, too, they probably have felt it, and
Because I
they're
think,
like delusional. I feel
Oh
like
yeah.
boomers definitely have felt it and are delusional as hell.
I feel like, why not give things a try? Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah.
You
And why
never
are you like at that big ass age? You think things are gonna stay like exactly the same?
right.
No,
Or you'd
like
even
be
want them
fucking
to.
Oof, that part.
Like that's what I don't want to learn how to use an iPhone. I'm like, and that's why you could stay back in the decade you came from. Goodbye. Like,
100.
what do you fucking mean? What?
But I feel like it's like if they don't want to make the effort to understand it, because it is still kind of hard, and it does feel like every time we're adding more letters to the community, it's hard to keep up with that stuff. But it's like you just being in denial about it isn't going to help. You being
right,
negative about it, that's not going to help.
Yeah.
right.
How to get with it or get lost is kind of where I'm at with it.
Those are the same people that got those digital photo books sitting on their counter that flip through all the pictures of their grandkids. And you want to be mad because we added a fucking Q plus?
Mm-hmm.
A cute.
Give back the digital photo book. Give it up.
Right.
What?
Correct.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
That's right. I'm
This is not.
I'm always bringing up videos with this. Reminds me of the girl that was like, she was
Oh
like
god.
La Piquia.
Look, it's le Jupiter de quoi?
Mm-hmm.
That one was my favorite, besides Alphabet Mafia.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
I don't envy you. I will say, which I'm sure you're tired of hearing it, and I'm not going to use the B word, the brave word, because I don't think anybody chooses to fucking be brave. Like, when people, like, I got, like, a weight loss surgery, and people are like, "You're so brave." I'm like, bitch, I was fat. I was unhappy. Like, this shit was not easy. Yours
You're
was
right.
not easy. Like, I think people are so insensitive to, like, specifically trans people, gay people too, but I think trans people are like even a whole different ball game. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like nobody would fucking choose that life. Nobody would choose to be like, I was so uncomfortable with the body that I was given that I chose to literally go against everything I've ever known, everything my family's ever taught me, basically,
Mm-hmm.
just to be fucking happy. Which seems so simple, just to be happy.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. That was just the goal, and it's just that like, and it's crazy to think that we're in a society that people can't accept just others being happy. And I think I was talking to Sandra about like the black community and the gay community. I said it's really hard to be part of both.
both,
It
yeah.
really, because I feel like I do have like my friends that are black that do support me as well, but it's just not a common thing. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really crazy to me because I'm just like things black people are used being segregated, being isolated, looked down on, seen as less than, and get it also, black people are dying for no reason by others, by cops and stuff like this. Gay people are used to getting looked down on, less than, and are also dying for no
Mm-hmm.
reason. So it's like, why is it okay for you to feel these feelings towards, your blackness, but you can't understand how people that are in this community feel the way they feel? How does that not make sense?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And like,
Crazy.
do you think that's because of like past trauma with like everything that Black people have been through in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so too. But like, how do we move past that?
Talking about it. Just
Right.
talking about it.
Period.
Right.
Normalize it. That's why when people are like, are you sure you want to talk about it? Damn right I do. Of course
Yeah.
I do. Because if this is going to help our future, because like even I have clients that are part of this community too. If I can share my story, if I can get it out there and do what I can, I'm going to be here to do my part because
Mm-hmm.
it needs to be talked about. Like we have a future and people need to feel safe. Like why is that so hard to ask? Is to feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things too that point to our generation being that generation that talks, the generation that talks, the generation that respects mental health and that breaks generational like traumas and curses and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing we didn't fucking ask for, if you ask me, but you know, I'm glad somebody's gonna do it because that means our kids won't have to do it because we are the kids of somebody who didn't do it or wouldn't do it or wasn't, you know, like,
Right.
and they spoke up a little bit. They kind of did a little bit. You know, they had the we all have the gay aunt who dresses like a man. We all got the but I'm white, so they're butches on my end, but we all got the butch aunt, like
Mm-hmm.
whatever, or the gay uncle who came out when he was 50. It's just the difference is we're coming out at ages when early on when we become like emotionally and mentally mature, and that's what's so shocking. Like it's not like gay people and transgender people are new. Sure, the science behind transitioning is new, but they've always been there. And not to mention intersex. I
Mm-hmm.
can't even fucking imagine 50 years ago how an intersex person felt or was looked upon. They were
Yeah.
probably like burned at the fucking stake, like Salem. Like,
Yeah. And
I can't
my
even
thing is
imagine.
like we have always been here. We have always been here. Like I always watch documentaries of like the 19 like hundreds and like 1902 and like having all of these like there was still like in the beginning of that obviously, but like there was drag shows, there was all of these things that like queer people used to do back then. And like how from then till now has it not changed is my question.
Mm-hmm.
Like how do we live so far in advance and we're still stuck in like that same place? I don't
Yeah.
understand that.
It's hard.
We
It's
are
Yeah.
really.
pioneers. We are
It,
pioneers,
it
y'all.
was really a thing that people probably felt that way, but were able to keep it to themselves. And I'm
Mhm.
not gonna say after a presidency or whatever, but people got real comfortable being the way they wanted to be and have those feelings and say that out loud and have actions to follow it. Is all
Mhm.
Yep.
I was, and now people are
Yeah.
just like not caring and people are also getting away with it. So it's like, so they're gonna keep doing it.
It's tough, yeah. Ugh.
Yeah. Disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't even ask you what are your pronouns. I meant to ask that at the beginning.
No,
I'm
it's okay. He, him.
I
okay.
would. Okay, I was gonna say I assumed, which I guess I shouldn't. But you said you told your parents that's how you wanted to come out, so
Yes.
or
Yes.
did come out, I should say, not wanted to. But I mean, you wanted him, but you were like, "This is it. Y'all ready or not?"
Right.
I guess they
Right.
fucking. How is your relationship with them now? Like, are you like exiled or anything? Or
Nope. I couldn't even tell you how we like rekindled, but we're all great now. I
good.
just kind of wish that like we didn't hit that bump because like I didn't get to really experience like the fun things with them, like I didn't get to tell them about like ask about choosing my name. I didn't get to, tell them when I was finally gonna cut off all my hair because I had some long hair before. So like,
Like the
Mm,
long ass curls. Yeah.
Mhm.
Crazy.
wow.
Which I wish I could get there, but I can't. So.
I'm thinking about growing it back out, but I don't know yet. That's a commitment.
Did you
Really?
like
I'm like shocked.
I
Yeah.
like having the short hair. It's a lot easier to manage, obviously, but something about that long hair is just nice. And then like doing braids and different hairstyles, I do like that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess overall, even like going for getting my first testosterone shot because I went to Fenway Health and they have to show you how to do it. Little things like that. It would have been an exciting experience, but it happened, and as long as we're in good standings now, we all respect each other, and my family's great. So it had to happen, and it's okay, and we just
Yeah.
move forward.
How are your mom and dad, by the way?
They are great. My sister had a baby not so long ago. He's gonna turn
I know.
1.
So
Yeah.
crazy. The baby's
So-
so cute.
yeah. Thank you. They're excited to be grandparents. We had our big family vacation recently,
Yeah.
so Nicola's family vacation in Florida. So it was a great time. So they're doing amazing.
Yeah. I love that. I can't wait to be in town so we can all hang out because I feel like we'd have such a good time.
Oh, this is a good group here.
Oh
I
yeah,
know.
Solid group.
I'm much better in person too. I know it's hard to believe, but
I don't know, Slytherin.
Slytherin.
I know.
Like
Hey,
my
everybody needs a
friend.
little. Everybody needs a little mystery, you know.
Yeah, well, people be saying that about Geminis too, and I mean they're right.
Oh, see, no, we can get along there because I don't get with the Geminis.
You do. You can't be laughing at my jokes and then saying you don't get along with them.
Geminis and Slytherins, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right.
I did have a question though. Did you like kill, obviously, like your dead name, obviously, but like, what about like the evidence of the old G? Is like she gone? Do you leave pictures of her? Like, where'd she go? Is she in an archive folder somewhere for when you're like, guess what? Like, what's
No, you know what? That's actually a really funny question because I feel like some people are kind of about that. Like, are you going to make a new Instagram? Are you going to do all this stuff? And I'm like, no, because I used to really like photography. I still love that because that's a memory.
Oh my god, I
Uh,
remember that. You just unlocked like a memory.
yeah,
What
yeah,
the
do a
fuck?
lot of photography, and that's like a key point in my life. I just love memories, making them, and when we get older, we might forget things. So it's like the proof has to be there because sometimes even if I look at an old picture, I'm like, oh, that's funny, especially because like no facial hair, I look like I'm like 12. But no, that person was part of my journey, and that's also a part of who I am, and that's the person who I am fighting for. You know, I feel like this person now I've been wanting to be for so long. And, you know, I always believe in be the person you needed when you were younger. And even though those are a couple years ago, I was still younger. So I'm trying to be that person for them, for middle school me, for younger me. It just has to be. So, nope.
Good. Love that for you. Love that for you. Some people get rid of it,
I'm
some people
proud.
don't. The dead name we can squash. Nobody even needs to
Mhm.
fucking know. But pictures. Imagine like you're 80 years old, you know, you're like borderline dementia, and you're like, oh my god, I had tits once. I had tits.
Some things are
Tits
heavy.
now. Like you need to know these things.
You know, that's real though, because I'm not gonna lie. After surgery, I was like, so how much did them things weigh?
Oh
Because
my
my
god,
back.
Wait, did they tell you?
She didn't give me an estimate like that much, but she basically I went from like an extra large woman, and then as soon as they came off, like I was able to fit like a large, and that's just from taking off the front. You know, that's not like when we got the sides and so forth.
yeah,
That's taking off these, cut them things right off, and then like now you could button this right up like this.
yeah.
But I'm a thickums now, so I'm still extra larger men.
You said thickums.
The T must have shrunk the boobs, right? Or does that not how that works? You're like,
Nah, that's not
no.
how it works. Testosterone, it'll change like your voice and you get the facial hair and so forth, other things as well. But like, nah, you still gonna hold on to them D cups. And I feel like if we went back to like our conversation about like depression and all that stuff, eating really was my like hideaway. So it's like I was like, what's the point of eating less? Because like with a woman's body, like food goes to your breasts and y'all
Your
know, and it's
ass,
going to all
whatever.
Is it
I already got cheeks, bro. So that if food wasn't going there, it was going like the thighs and the tummy and your breast. So it's like I was like,
food?
what's the point?
Yeah.
Dang, yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
how did you change your like demon ways of to like now almost married and like literally like growing a family?
That's also really funny because we were laying together yesterday, and then I was like, it's so crazy that I'm gonna get the name of being a husband. Um, and I think that's so nuts still because in my mind, I feel like I'm still like 13 and a half. Like I'm just a kid
Right.
who get married. Am I even allowed to do that?
Yeah.
I don't really know. I think a lot of the women I've dated in the past, they dated me for my potential and they knew I could be a better person and that's who they dated. And finally, you know, when it ended with my last partner, it kind of was like damn, G, you really need to reel it in. Like you aren't doing, you're not a good person to these people. Like, and they don't deserve that. And I didn't deserve that for them and myself either because I knew I was better than that. So maybe when we got to that point, as well as due to, I'd be really blessed to have someone that's gonna, be special for me, especially going through this transition and loving me when I'm struggling, loving myself.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Growth, baby, growth.
I know.
Growth in the beard and in life. We love it here.
Feel me?
Can that be the title of this episode?
Yeah.
Growing a beard and growing into the light of
Yep. Next time I have my barber jump in on this too.
yep. Like, please, I could use some manscaping advice for other areas.
But do you think that like you behaving that way, but back then was like you acting out?
I think behaving that way was because, again, even though as like me, like I've always come off with a lot of confidence and
Mm-hmm.
very sure of myself, but like it's actually overcompensating with insecurities. So I feel like it was really just like, wow, people are attracted to me. Like I'm not even attracted to me. I was like, that's really nice, and it's like, and I feel like the attention is something that I was like, I'm really striving for because it's like, okay, people like me, so it's like maybe I can't be likable. Then it just like it makes your head way too big, and it makes you act stupid, and that's really what it is. If I could be honest about it, that's really what it is.
Yeah.
Attention makes you do stupid things sometimes.
Yeah. Agreed.
I know.
We've
We
been
had never
laughing
saw
it up.
This? Who is that?
I know. I was like, what? What are we talking about here?
Who
What are we
is
talking about here?
that?
Do you deal with like body dysmorphia at all? Do you like have that, or are you like kind of like comfortable right now?
Oh, that's another whole thing. I think I felt like before I was more confident when I was younger, but then it was like because I was always doing like flag football, and then when I got hurt twice, like I couldn't move because I tore my ACL. So then it just came down to what are things I can only do: eat and drink. Feel me? So then you started gaining weight, and then that goes again to eating, and then makes your breast bigger, and then it just pulls you into a big depression because like it's not like the videos I would try to watch about like people about transitioning. It was always like honestly, it was a lot of like skinny like white people that had like A cups or trainers or maybe B cups at most. So I was like, I can't relate to any of this. But after I started like trying to do that, like now I've been trying to go on more walks because I have to be mindful. Like I'm also getting older. Like we have to do more things for our health. But yeah, I feel like now I'm getting more confident in getting to that position. But as soon as the breast came off, that was already
Like a huge thing.
a huge thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I know that right now the US is trying to ban like trans people, I guess, from playing in sports.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just fucking talk about that for 1 second? Because what is that? What even is that?
I don't know, and I feel like when I've had conversations with people, it just doesn't. Some people are like so offended, like they're gonna compete in the Olympics. I'm like, you're washed up, absolutely not. So why are you feeling so defensive about things? But I just feel like again, like it's something. If you are competing with someone and they're like, oh, well, they were born this way, it's like, okay, but, and if they're winning, isn't that going to make you want to push yourself to be better, work harder? Even when I was younger and I was at the point, like, I was the only girl, and then my dad always said, like, if you play with these boys, they're going to get you better. And then I became amazing because I was playing with people that weren't up to my potential, but I could always do better. So it's like, I don't see it as something to feel like judged by. It's like, damn, okay, if they're that good, maybe I should just ask them, can I train with you?
Right.
Like, why does everyone have to be a hater? Like, just be
Right.
like, show me your ways. Can you teach me?
Yeah. Also, why are you so intimidated?
Right.
Why are you so intimidated to the point where like you would rather just not compete with the person? Like, isn't that what sports is all about in the first place?
The thing is, like, we live in a society that everyone is seeing that, like, everyone has to be a winner, and as they also have to be the best. And if they're not the best, then they're also not good enough.
Yeah.
So it's like, that is deranged thinking has people feeling like that. When it's
Yeah.
supposed to be about fun.
No, I agree for sure. And I think it's like, it's again like going back to like the US and their history. It's like all we're used to is oppressing people. And this is just another form of that.
Absolutely.
Which is sad because like it's affecting children and how
Mhm.
they grow up, and like that's traumatizing.
Right. And it's just that like everyone's out here trying to fight for equality. So
Mhm.
it's like that's why it's like the US is the best, this, and this. It's like, is it?
We are bottom of the barrel, bitch. What the fuck?
Bottom
Literally.
of basic bitches. That's all
The,
it is over
we
here.
are bottom. Bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just wish
Speaking.
that like the US would just grow some balls
Hmm.
and just leave all that shit behind. Because right now in Texas, like Houston, the
Mhm.
school system here is getting rid of the libraries in schools
Mm-hmm.
and making them into detention centers.
Oh, I didn't
What?
know that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What the
They're
fuck?
like
Why?
banning certain topics or certain like curriculums from being like learned in school. Like they're doing all of these horrible things to oppress children because like that's basically what they're doing.
Oh my god.
Like why are we going backwards in time? Like I don't understand that. And it's like I know we're in the South and blah 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 blah, but like so the fuck what?
Right.
Like
Well, I think if you think about it too, it's just that like a lot of facts about the US we didn't know either. Because if you think about the history books we had, Christopher Columbus was a hero. George Washington, hero.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like we bamboozled left,
Yep.
straight.
Yep.
Like it's all lies. It's all what they want us
Yeah.
to know.
But
But
Yep.
it's
yeah, that made me
true.
think too, because like we have little to no access to that. Now they're gonna have even less of that.
Yeah, even I think it was around like maybe February, so Black History Month coffee. So it's like people were saying like in our history books, like Martin Luther King was all in black and white. Like there's pictures of him in color.
Yeah.
Yes,
I know.
yeah,
Like
but that was
Mandela
just
effect
a
as
way to
fuck.
like perceive time.
Yep.
Right.
And like yeah,
Yep. Like Ruby
Absolutely.
Bridges. They make Ruby Bridges seem like this whole old thing. She's literally if she's not already passed away, she was literally alive when we were watching that movie. Like
I follow her on Instagram.
she's still alive, right? Like she's definitely getting
I
older
follow
for
her on
sure.
Instagram. She be like up on Instagram.
Yep.
She's one of like America's heroes, and like what the? It's just so fucking insane to me that like people get away with all that stuff. Not even people, just like the U.S. in general.
Yep. But you know why they hide it? Because the people in those videos and in those pictures are still alive.
That's what
Mm.
I was gonna say. I want to know like all of those dirty ass pictures of like people, like
People are
black people getting
spitting
spit
on
on
black.
and
Yep.
yelled at.
Mhm.
I want to know who those motherfuckers are. Where are
Yep.
they? Where are
They
they?
Mhm.
all own all these businesses around here. The car
Right. I
shop
was
you go
gonna say,
to, the friggin'
Right.
little mom and pop breakfast spot we like.
yeah. They're probably soaking up all of their money and glory and
Because they're the
disgusting.
only ones with generational wealth. And you know where that wealth came from? Slavery.
Facts. I wonder what that's like to have money like that.
I know, just to be like, oh
Right.
well, my mom, my family owns the estate, the biggest fucking estate in the town. Like,
Mm.
the
Yeah.
fuck? It's crazy.
Mhm.
It's crazy, and we're all out here like scrummaging for pennies, going to school, going like thousands, hundreds of $1,000s in debt just to come out and make the same wage as somebody who climbed the ladder.
Literally. Like literally living paycheck to paycheck every single day.
It's crazy. Even the middle class is starting to disappear too, and it's just like that's the
Yep.
disappearing in
Right.
cracks.
It's
Yep.
either like you're poor or you're rich. Like there's no
Yep.
in between
Yeah,
days. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
correct. Absolutely.
And it's crazy.
but
You look around and you're like, you have an apartment, you have a car, but we're all broke.
Right.
no.
But it's
Like,
like, and because if shit hits the fan, you got to have backup money to take care of that. And it's like, at
yeah,
that point, you have that backup money to take care of that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And
And
why
like,
are
even,
things so expensive nowadays? Like,
it's awful.
and
bro.
that's the thing too. It's like, even just trying to have a little joy in your life, like going on a date or going, doing a little retail therapy, because that's me. I'd be ready to
Yep.
shop.
See,
But like,
I can't talk about that date because I'm a girl. I'm not paying for no date.
This bitch.
Hell no.
yo, what happened to
I'm like, do we
equality?
need to talk about
Hell
gender
no.
roles?
That's not. See, that's a
Right.
topic y'all got to do is talk about that dating, and when it comes to doing that half and half. That's your next one that y'all got to do.
I'm not doing no half and half. Who do you think I
That's
You too, Julie. I don't be dating.
no.
Nah. I don't have the patience for a conversation. I don't give a fuck what you're like.
I feel like that's really fair, and I feel like dating now is harder. It's
Mm-hmm.
way
Yeah.
harder. Especially as
You
like,
have to mentally you have to mentally want to do that. You can't just like willy-nilly go out and be like, I'm gonna go on dates. I have no patience for that.
and it's like after work, it's like, bro, who do I want to talk to? You know what I mean? Like if
Right.
I'm going, I was
Right.
like, and I have to repeat my life story, and we have to get to
Mm-hmm.
know each other.
Yeah.
Really?
It's hard on here.
Really? Like, do I want to do that again? Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's so hard. And honestly, like, I guess, like, I'm kind of dating, I guess. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
my type of thing is, like, just, like, texting and then it leads to nothing.
Yeah,
Like,
so you
Mm.
that,
gotta break free from that.
yeah. Like,
Mhm.
You
that's
gotta
what it's
we're
been.
breaking free.
You
Get off
literally need
that.
to break free. Like,
Is
Don't
it
hit me
like
up
not
unless you
texting
want to hang
back,
out.
or is it like dry?
I'm dry most of the time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you think so? See, how do you do it
I'm
then?
gonna,
Me, I will say, because this is something I'm learning myself, is anything other than a yes is a no. If you're confused, it's a no. If you have to have this big conversation about what are we, what are like, that's cute and all. Like maybe when y'all first get.
Mm-hmm.
there was an influencer that was under our red light because she is a trans woman who was put in a commercial for feminine products.
Okay.
How do we feel about that?
The part that she's in the commercial, or the part of the backlash?
Both.
Well, her in the commercial, I don't see how that affects my life one way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with me, and that's just another chance of representation that people
Mm-hmm.
are willing to ignore. Backlash, that's gonna. We already talked about that on that end. It's just that people are gonna do it because
Yeah.
that's how people want to be. It's sad.
Yeah.
I have not seen the commercial. I have no idea who you're talking about. But I do think it's a little weird. I think that as a male to a female trans woman, how would she ever know what a period is like or what
Mm-hmm.
the significant of really expensive period products are? I will say though that I think them putting a trans woman in a menstrual commercial, I think is a bit of a reach because there's definitely a platform that can be made for a trans woman to be in a commercial. I don't think they need to be on a fucking Kotex commercial. Like,
Yeah.
think of another thing. That's like, that's like, it's like sort of like the controversy, like with the Black Little Mermaid. Like, they could have just made a new princess. They didn't really have to make her black. I don't care that she's black. I love that she's black. But I
Mm-hmm.
do agree with people that they could have just made a new princess for a black fucking whoever, anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't care. I haven't seen the commercial. It doesn't affect me whatsoever. But I mean, we like to see, I think the point of a commercial is to see somebody relatable in said commercial because they're trying to sell a
Mm-hmm.
product to somebody that they're trying to relate to. So I would
Mm-hmm.
think that's a little weird because a trans woman would not have a period, would not know what it's like to have a blood stain on your pants in, the fourth grade, or know what it's like to have PCOS or struggle with, fertility or anything period related. So I do think it's a little
Yeah.
weird. I saw that on here, but I didn't realize that, like, it was an actual thing. But
Yeah.
again, I mean, I just think there is a platform that can be made for a trans person to be in. Like, I just think it was like probably a little bit of a reach on there, and they were
Yeah.
just like, let's just give her something. Like, I almost think it was probably disrespectful to that person to put her in then, like, knowing that she was going to get backlash is kind of how I see it. Because why wouldn't they?
Yeah. I think like a lot of the comments that I saw was like just women being disrespected or feeling disrespected from like the struggle that they have with their period.
Mm-hmm.
So like I understand like yeah, they don't get a period, or I mean they don't have like an actual period where they're bleeding that they need like all of those products, cuz I feel like when you get estrogen, you're gonna have some symptoms. 100% you are, and it
Right.
maybe it's not exactly the same that we feel, but it's
Let me try to spin it this way. So if it was a female to male in the commercial instead, do you think there'd be less backlash? Because technically they could still get their period.
yes,
We could still get our period, because testosterone does what it does, but like depending on how high your estrogen count is as well.
But
So
that person still had a uterus. And
yeah, and then people would still be like, okay, but you're trying to be a man, then what are you doing in this commercial?
oh, they
right,
absolutely would have still got the backlash for sure.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah,
Mhm.
Well, like
100%.
they could have been in a
But that's
makeup
not how
commercial
people.
or even like a
Mhm.
fucking Midol commercial. If we're going to talk about how
Right,
estrogen might make
right.
a person, have headaches and mood changes and tender breasts, because men still have breast tissue, like that's still a thing.
Yep.
But so I don't
Mhm.
know. Yeah, I just yeah, it that might definitely would still get backlash. The transgender man for sure. And honestly, only people like deep in the community would truly understand this conversation at all. Anybody who
Yeah,
doesn't identify as some part of the queer community is just going to be like their answer is just going to be like homophobically biased, like
yeah,
just no matter which way you look at it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I definitely get it.
yeah,
Good for her for getting out there, getting some representation. It was probably a big thing for that woman to be in that
yeah.
commercial. But
That's how
I
I
also
see it
do
too.
see on the
Yeah,
cisgender side, like why it might be like, damn, like
Still having their period just because you've seen that trans woman in it, do you think they'd be like, damn, you know what? I have my period, but I'm not going to buy any pads or any feminine products because that trans person, are you just going to bleed through because this trans woman was in the commercial? Like, are you not going to use sanitary napkins or tampons anymore? Because,
yeah.
like,
See,
it's not.
my thing is like I love that she was represented 100% because there should
Mhm.
be more of that
Mhm.
100%. But it's like I don't know, like was pads and like feminine products the right decision? Like Crystal said, like maybe it could have been like a Midol commercial or whatever, but like I feel like it could have been played out like so much better than what it was. And it like I don't know, it almost felt like I didn't see the commercial, but from the comments it just felt like they were trying to pretend that trans women are like something that like isn't really what's really happening with their bodies.
So, like, it seems like more misleading, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get
So I
that.
don't know, because I do love the representation 100%. Like
Mhm.
that should just be more. Like there should be more of that, but it's just the way that we do it should play a part as well. I
Fair
don't
point.
know.
I hear you.
I don't know.
yeah,
But
it's definitely tough, super controversial. But
well, that is the end of that, guys.
Awesome.
Tuesday. Have a great rest of your week. Happy September. This month is PCOS Awareness Month, so we'll do an episode on that because your girl is suffering so bad.
and
And yeah. G, tell us where to follow you, where to find you.
Okay.
attention, we gonna give it to you.
On Instagram, you can follow me at Sippin' on Cola. And if you would like to follow my plant business as well, at Green Thumb 978.
Yeah. Oh, we forgot to talk about that.
It's
That
Yeah.
actually inspired me a lot for a couple of the flyers that I made for you, because yeah, I followed you and then I realized you were a plant guy, and like it just gave me like everything I needed to create a flyer, because at first I was just like stuck on like the trans flag, like I just couldn't get off because I don't know you know what I mean, that's like all I know, like I only get like a snippet, so I was like what the fuck, and I saw that and I was like yes, khaki greens, dark greens, beige, like let's get into it. So I love
love
that. I'm not a plant person at all. I don't really kill things. I have this, and it's been alive for 6 years. It's plastic.
Well, we sell house plants, and you're kind of a murderer, so I'm just gonna skip past that on that.
I don't buy them on purpose, and my
Wait,
cats would eat them.
Well,
I
that's the
work
thing,
from
though. We
home.
also sell animal-friendly ones because some plants are poisonous to animals, so we do have pet-friendly ones as well.
Well, let me know. But then
Ooh.
again, I don't want you to let me know, because then you're going to judge me when it dies. and I'm gonna be on the Google camera app trying to figure out what fungus my plant has, and I'll probably overwatered it or underwatered it, or I don't know.
Well, if you ever want to try again, I could try to give you plants that are hard to kill.
Ooh, love that. What
I
if I
got
still
you.
kill them?
Please, can I bring it to Houston?
Yeah. I mean, if you get it while you're here, yeah, just because we don't ship anymore because the way UPS be curb stomping boxes. So, yes, if you ever wanted to grab
That
one.
is so disrespectful. Like, who told you that was
They get paid way too much to be disrespecting people's packages like that.
Right.
The pots be broken, the plants be falling out of it. It's a whole thing. So we were like, no more.
I've gotten better packages from Shein, and there's like child play in
She be wrapping them things up good.
It's Rico charge for me, bitch.
Oh, what the fuck? I know. I know, Kat, when that shit came out, I was like, my package better come out trade express. I pay express.